Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. As we're here on Wednesday, October 24th, 2018, with the PW Unlimited podcast, episode 48. Nick, what's going on?
What is going on, folks? Welcome to the podcast. I hope everyone's doing very well. Hope everyone's having a good day. It's almost Halloween, baby. I'm so excited.
1 week away.
Like Halloween's one of my favorite times of year. I like seeing kids that have super cool costumes. That's always so fun to see. It's when kids are like relatively happy too. Like they're always having smiles on their face because they're gonna get filled with diabetes and cavities.
Yikes.
I want to take a look at the chat real quick and say hello to the big dog. Not the real Roman. Kristen McNutt is here. That damn boy. What a username. Psycho Dad, Jesse Searswell, Travis Ray, separate WWF fan, Noah Hall, Juliana. Whose birthday is it today, Juliana? Tell me. So what I want to know for you guys, are you guys planning up on dressing up for Halloween? Because I know I am. I like to dress up on Halloween every single year because I think it's fun, and you can only you're never too old to dress up. You know what I mean? Because there's always the perfect age where, like, if you're just an old guy, you can dress as so many good potential characters.
True.
And if you're a young kid, you can go free range with it. I know people that like really take this time of year seriously. Are you planning on dressing up, Tim?
I don't know if I'm going to, but the kids are.
So, what are your kids gonna be?
My son has a full head-to-body Pikachu costume, and my daughter's going to be a witch.
Daughter's gonna be a witch. That's cute.
Yep.
I like that. So I want to resort to the chat for this, for the answer to mine. Should I dress as Stone Cold Steve Austin? You know, with the jorts, the jean shorts, the Austin 316 shirt, a can of Steve Weiser in my hand, and maybe a little bit of a camouflage hat if I can find one. Or should I dress as The Rock from that one picture where he has the fucking where he has the black turtleneck, the gold chain, the fanny pack? Pull up a picture of Stone Cold and The Rock, put them side by side. I want to know what the people think that I should do.
Wait. What picture? Is there a specific picture of Stone Cold?
Just like a picture of him wearing like his normal attire. Also, I'm peeking just because I slid the mic closer to my face. WWF stands at Tim should be Macho Man. I like it. I like it a lot. What are you guys gonna be? Give me some good answers. Matt Sanchez says, I'm gonna go as you because you're the scary thing. Damn
Yes.
right. Everyone. So I've gotten Rock. I got one person that says Rock. Robert Walker really wants me to be the Rock. He said in all caps. What would be a good like wrestling themed costume?
Themed costume?
Yeah.
Undertaker?
Bray Wyatt would be a good one. It's easy.
I mean, it could be, yeah.
God, let's see. What else would be like a fun wrestling themed costume? Like John Cena's very easy to do. It's just a pair of, camo or jorts, a John Cena shirt and a John Cena hat, and you're good to go right there.
Pretty much.
God, I'm trying to think what else should I be?
I mean,
a lot of people are saying Big E would be. Oh my God, be vacant. I can be like, oh God, there was a number. I think it was like 17. The vacant had 17 world title runs in the year 2000 for WCW.
that's a good
I
one.
love it. Dean Ambrose is an easy one. Jimmy Wang Yang, Willow.
Jimmy Wang Yang would be an easy one, actually.
The easy one for you, more likely.
Well, no, all you need is a wife beater, jeans, and a cowboy boot.
Sean Cook says he's going as James L. Oh, the Sandman. Oh, I should do the Sandman. That'd be so. Oh, I might do the Sandman. Who was that? Edward. I'm so gonna do the Sandman. That would be so cool. I really like that. Thank you. All right, I wanted to start the show off with a little bit of a happier note. Before we got into this whole Roman Reigns stuff, $2 from Kristen McNick. Nick, I'm sorry, but you should be CM Punk.
Yikes.
Oh God. Nick beats Tim. Nick dresses Tim. Tim dresses as Nick.
I mean, I don't know how it dresses me. Just a wrestling shirt and a NASCAR hat.
There you go. For me, you gotta dress like every white douchebag you've ever met in your life.
Gotcha.
All right. So this whole Roman Reigns stuff came out of freaking left field, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those really, really unfortunate moments where you're like, this guy that, and in the back of my head it hit me, and I posted this on Twitter where it's like, he mentioned that he's been dealing with this for 11 years.
Yeah.
And
he was 22.
And for the last few years, I mean, he's been at the forefront of like Make-A-Wish. He's done a lot of stuff
For the most part, yeah, kind of.
For WWE's kind of like PR face and their nice looking areas. He's been wrestling house shows, putting smiles on people's faces, and the dude, it's just weird to think about that's what was going on throughout his career. And it was when he made the announcement, I almost thought it was storyline with how all of a sudden it was.
Well, see,
and
I knew something was up. Like I said on Monday, I knew something was up when he came out in street clothes. I was like, this ain't good.
Yeah, no, it's a dangerous sign. Yeah, I don't know. It's
when Roman ain't ready for battle with that flak jacket.
Yeah, and it sucks. And what I really want to know about this whole Roman thing, and before we continue, just from all three of us at PW, fucking good luck, Roman.
Oh yeah, and
good luck, man.
People are already asking, oh, you think Roman's gonna get thrown right back into the title picture when he returns? Like, not to be somber about it, but it shouldn't be when he returned. It's if he returns, to be honest. Like, it could be a year.
Yeah.
It could be 5 years. It could be 10 years. And here's the other thing. Say it takes 3 years, just spitballing in the thing. Hopefully it's quicker than that. Say it takes 3 years. Who knows where he's going to be life-wise? And then something could happen in that time and him go, I can't go back now. Like, this is now what I'm doing with my life. And, who knows where him and his family's going to be once he does fight and beat this? That's the other question. Yeah, he says that he wants to return, but nobody knows. Things can change and things can happen.
Yeah, so just, hearts out to him. But now what I want to know is, congratulations, Sean Cook. It's high-speed internet. Because how Sean's always like, man, my internet sucks. Can't watch the live show. I'm glad, man. Congratulations. Anyway. So, at Crown Jewel, it's going to be Braun and Brock for the Universal title. Braun has to win. Braun is now a face and has to win that belt, right?
Is he a face?
Has to be a face. Has to be a face. A guy that got attacked by Drew McIntyre. Now, what a weird theory, right? What a weird thing. Braun Strowman got attacked. How weird is that to think about?
So you think...
And now he's...
Go for it. Go.
No, I was going to say, and plus, I mean, anyone that is going up against Brock is a babyface because no one's going to like Brock. People have been wanting Braun as Universal Champion, where I feel like once he comes out, at least on, the American fan base, not just the American fan base, but the hardcore wrestling fan base, really, really like Braun and want to see him as that Universal Champion. He'll naturally end up becoming a babyface with the reactions he gets as a world champion. And I just think it's easiest course of action to call that attack his face turn, have him be a face, beat Brock. But what then? What then?
I'm trying to think. Bobby Lashley challenges? They just turned him heel.
McIntyre.
Oh, yeah, duh. I'm dumb.
McIntyre can challenge. He's not going to UFC with it. Brock won't go to UFC. Sean made a great tweet about it. If they didn't let McGregor walk down with multiple belts, they're sure as hell not going to let Brock walk down with a WWE belt. It's not happening. Trust me.
Right, and I doubt by the time if that we don't even know if that fight's gonna happen now because now Daniel Cormier is like, screw it, I might fight John Jones instead.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, with the whole Braun, so you think, would you say Braun is now the number one babyface?
Oh God.
Would he be in that new number one spot?
No,
just for
Seth.
right now.
Seth.
You think Seth is number one?
Seth's bet. Come on, Tim. Come on. One of Seth's brothers just got cancer. The other one turned on him. He is the ultimate baby face right now.
I'm just saying, like,
there is no
in management eyes.
Because
Elias is now third.
I really hate saying this.
What?
Management wise, is probably Rollins. Because they can capitalize off this whole literally everybody has left me type thing, and I have to fight on my own. I have to. They can really they can play that up, which I mean kind of sucks that they have to do it that way.
And then, so you got those two at the top two for baby faces, and then you say top three. Elias is now probably right there as the number 3 baby face.
And I mentioned this to you on Monday, where they said, well, I think you would ask me, what are they going to do about him running the crowds, making fun of them. I think as a face, I mean, The Rock always did that. The Rock can make fun of your town, and it would get a huge pop.
No, The Rock can say anything and get a pop.
Exactly, and I feel like I'm not saying Elias has Rock level of fan base, but he has the ability to gear his comments in such a way that, yes, he will get booed, but in the midst of the boos, he could just say, what does WWE stand for? And the whole crowd is immediately back on his side.
Very true.
So I think he's... Gabriel Perez says Seth number 1, Braun number 2, Finn 3, and Elias 4.
No, Elias. They see Elias higher up than Finn. Trust me.
Yeah, definitely.
Finn may be top 5, yeah, but no, he's not number 3.
Yeah, I mean, if we make a top 5, Finn is probably number 5.
Who would be 4th?
Talking about top 5 in WWE or on Raw?
Raw, just the Raw brand.
I don't know. Let me think.
I guess you can maybe put Finn 4th.
Who 5th?
But I don't know. But to be honest, if it's not their top 3 baby faces, they usually don't care anyways.
And I want to kind of circle back to their number 2 babyface right now, Braun, potentially, most likely winning that belt. Where do you go with that belt? How do you just continue with this belt?
Like you said, you have a McIntyre challenge either at Survivor Series or TLC. And that's the other question. We don't know how Survivor Series is going to be this year because we've heard different rumors. We don't know if it's going to be just a normal pay-per-view with some Survivor Series style matches or if it's going to be the brand versus brand thing. Because if it's brand versus brand and Braun's the champion, Braun versus AJ is very enticing.
Braun versus... Man...
If AJ's the champion going into Survivor Series as well.
That's a big if, Chief.
I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on Bryan.
Not yet. Maybe too soon, you think? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Might be a little bit too soon.
I think Vince's thinking is, we got to wait and see if this guy stays healthy. The last 2 times he was champion, he had to forfeit the title.
I wonder if it's, I want to see if this guy stays healthy, or I want to see if the fans continue to give a shit about it. Do you feel like fan support for him is starting to dwindle a little bit for Bryan?
Yes and no, but it's their fault. I want to touch on something really fast, and we'll come right back to this. Kenny Shirley says, I really do think Kenny Omega will be at the Royal Rumble. No. Kenny Omega legally cannot be at the Royal Rumble because his contract in New Japan does not expire to the end of January, early February. Anyways, back to Daniel Bryan. I think that fan interest has dropped a little just because of the feuds he's been in. I mean, came back, hot feud with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That ended really fast at WrestleMania.
Really quickly.
And then they feuded him with goddamn Big Cass.
Which I don't... Yeah, that was a thing. Thanks for reminding me. God dang. Yeah, that was a thing that happened. Poor Cass, man. Poor guy. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can only, like I said, you can only...
Kristen McDowell, the $5 super chat donation.
Oh,
guys,
no.
I'm calling all day because my dad is at the hospital. I need some prayers.
Sending
prayers
love to you,
for
Kristen.
sure.
Love you, Kristen. I hope everything works out, man. Fucking Diana's late. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. She's late.
Uh-oh.
Not even acknowledging her comment now. Not even acknowledging it. She's late. The bot is late. I can't wait to find out that this is like actually a bot. Anyway, touching back real quick on the whole universal title scenario as we start to wrap up this portion of the conversation.
I just feel like it's got to go. Give the title to Braun and then go to McIntyre. But where do you go from there is the big question. But that was the same thing with Roman. After, he finishes feuding with Braun, where would they have gone with that?
Well, I wonder.
And
I feel terrible for thinking this. I wonder if they never really gave Roman a proper feud because of this whole thing. Like, they almost felt like they couldn't give him a feud.
Wait. What do you mean, this whole thing?
Like, the whole... Yeah, I know it, like, it... I'm sure this wasn't like a... My leukemia came back on Sunday night.
Oh, that's
Monday
exactly what it seems like. Because
really?
The week before on Raw, everything was Shield, Crown Jewel, Roman defending and keeping that title. Everything that I've heard, it sounds like they found out like Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Tuesday. But that Raw before, they were like, you know what I mean? It was just gung-ho on plans as usual.
Well, I mean, of course they're gonna... Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
And literally, 99% of the company had no clue what Roman was going to talk about when he went out there, apparently, according to PW Insider. Like, people on creative, certain people on creative knew because they had to help rewrite the show. The inner circle of the McMahons and Roman's family. But as far as company-wise, apparently 99% of that company did not know about this, especially including the announcers.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
So
I don't know. So, Steve, it's not a work, buddy. It's not a work.
No,
I can assure you. I can, after all of the work that they've done with Connor's Cure and the Susan G. Komen Foundation, all these cancer-heavy foundations, why in God's name would they use a leukemia storyline on one of their biggest guys? If you think it's a work, leave the live stream now. Don't ever come back. Unsubscribe, because I hate you.
Chris McNeil, a $5 super chat donation.
I read these. You don't.
Sorry.
I do.
Go.
I read them.
Go.
Alfred said something about Dean, that he's supposed to turn heel around Survivor Series. Is this true, Nick?
Sure. Your name
is...
No, I can tell you exactly what that was.
Well, do you want to talk about the whole Dean thing first before we go into when he was supposed to?
Well, here's the thing. There was no supposed to. Or there was no around this time. There was he's gonna, but they didn't even know exactly when. It was just, we'll keep teasing it until we think it's time. So Alvarez is thinking, as I heard him say this, Brian Alvarez said that he felt around Survivor Series time would have been a good time. And that's the thing. Brian Alvarez will say something, and somebody will run it as a news story when it is his opinion. When he says, like he'll do this all the time. We'll be listening to Wrestling Observer Live, and he'll go, I think this could happen. But I'm not telling you that I have any inside knowledge. Please don't report this. And then we all know who reports it anyways.
Ringside News. You're terrible and I hate you.
So that's the thing. Brian Alvarez will say something that is his opinion. Like, okay, Dean Ambrose, we know he's going to turn. He was going to turn before he got hurt at the beginning of this year. So they're going to turn him eventually. Maybe do it at or right after Survivor Series. That's what that was. It wasn't I know for sure it's in the book, Survivor Series. He's turned. No, it was here's my suggestion on when I think it should happen. And this happens a lot. Even with us. I say something, and people go, "You don't have any facts on that," and I go, "Well, I wasn't stating that as a fact. I stated that as my opinion." And you do it the same thing too on the live show. You give an opinion, and people come back at, "Oh, well, where's your source on that?" Well, I don't have to source an opinion. I'm not stating that this is happening.
What a world we live in, where we have to define the meaning of opinion and fact. I don't
Trust me, that happens all the time.
Anyway,
and I think I think it gets more kind of like flipped around and kind of confusing because it is wrestling, and half the time you don't know if something's a shoot or a work, and so you're like, well, you're saying this, so you must know something because it could be planned out. It's not like UFC where it's like, I know Conor McGregor's gonna beat you know what I mean? Because stuff gets planned out so much in advance sometimes. Everyone just thinks that, oh, these guys that are supposed to be credible news sources have it for a fact. They don't give opinions. They only give facts.
So I want to talk a little bit about this just
Ambrose?
This Ambrose heel turn, man. So I what I want to say is, the night that it happened, I heavily questioned why give them tag titles, why have them turn heel, why tonight? You could have had so much money riding off of this, Cinderella story. And then I kind of started understanding from a business perspective, shock value. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm back to the reason that this upsets me. The reason about this genuinely upsets me is that it's not the fact that Ambrose turned heel. I've been very adamant about I think he should turn heel, but just not at the moment. I think they pulled the trigger. I think they're jumping the shark by at least 32 inches right now. But what's really kind of getting to me is these tag team titles are just dog shit worthless. They're about as worth as much as like a fucking penny at this point. And it sucks because you have like the idea of tag team wrestling is very much diminished throughout WWE. Yes, you have, the Bar and the New Day over on SmackDown. And I say the Bar and New Day because can you tell me another tag team on there? Oh,
Usos.
Sanity?
Usos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Usos. Oh, boy. The team that can barely fucking the main card of WrestleMania real quick.
Hey, Usos beat the WWE champion 2 weeks in a row.
Apparently, bots can donate now because Diana just donated $5 Canadian. With the Roman situation, what do you guys think he'll be? What do you guys think will be the WrestleMania 35 main event now? It's going to be Jordynne Grace versus the entire WWE roster. She's going to just
Too bad she signed a 2-year deal with Impact.
It doesn't matter. She'll get out of the contract because that's how much WWE wants her. And she says, P.S. Nick, I'm not a bot. Thank you. I love you. And then 65 with the donation for $5. The heel turn was great, but why they won the titles makes no sense. You're not wrong.
I feel the exact same way. I loved the heel turn. But don't understand why they had to win the titles.
It's just I don't want the tag titles to be worthless. I love tag team wrestling to death. You know who else loves tag team wrestling?
Who?
The Revival.
You know what just came into my head?
Did you know that vacuums also blow things?
Do you know who else is
Apparently not. I guess I'll go fuck myself.
Do you know who else is supposedly doing stuff with their tag titles, unlike WWE?
Whomst?
The NWA. They're doing the Crockett Cup. You think WWE saw that and goes, we can do a better tag team tournament. Let's screw the Raw tag titles and then do a tournament to crown the new champions.
You're thinking way too highly of WWE right now, Chief.
Very true.
Hate to break it to you. And I would love that. I don't think they're at all concerned about what the NWA is doing.
Bring the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic to the main roster.
Or I think you don't have to bring it to the main roster. You can just.
Yeah, but if it's for the Raw tag team titles,
I guess that's true.
But
I would totally job for her.
There's not enough tag teams on Raw to do a tournament though. Like, hold on, let me pull up the Raw roster.
And you know, talking about it a little bit more, it's just this whole Dean Ambrose thing, and it happens, and you lose the money tag team in the Shield. You lose the legitimacy to these tag titles. You then have to deal with, what do we do with not only the tag titles, what do we do with this Intercontinental title? Assumably, this feud would be over the IC title, assuming that this is going to be a feud. But I'm sure we're gonna get the stupid typical. I'm sure they're gonna lose it next Monday. I'm 100% positive they're gonna lose it. The tag titles. They're
Unless
gonna
they get vacated.
They're not gonna get vacated. I'll tell you what happens. It's gonna be Rollins going up to Corbin saying, "You know what? No, I can face whoever you put out there," and they'll probably put the Revival out there, and
AOP?
it's gonna. No. No, they don't go. And if they touch those titles, I don't watch wrestling for the rest of my life.
Why?
Let's make that with the Toonbucks Undisputed Era. Bring them up to the main roster after SummerSlam? Probably not.
Survivor
why?
Series. Not SummerSlam. It would be Survivor Series.
Yeah. You asked why?
Why wouldn't you want to see them as tag champs?
Because they're terrible.
They were great in NXT, and
Okay. Hey. So was Finn Balor. So was Asuka. We could do this all day. We've gone over this before.
Let me finish my sentence. I was going to say, but because they had issues when they were first called up, the fans forgot about them instantly, and then WWE just said, "Screw it, we're not going to do anything with them." Same thing happened to Finn Balor. He got hurt right away. He came back and they said, we're not going to do anything with him."
I mean, again, they don't wrestle that well. Every match that they had in NXT was carried by their opponents. Yes, they're big Haasmen that can do big Haas things, but that's it. And that gets really boring really quick, and they get winded real quick. Every match that they've had in NXT was carried by the other team. That's a fact. That's a rock fact right there, baby.
And I guess you're not wrong, but looking at tag teams on Raw, we got the Ascension. We've got the Revival.
One of the Ascension members are hurt, right?
No.
Okay.
The Ascension, the Revival, Heath Slater and Rhino, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm.
You've got, is that the B Team?
Ooh.
Ziggler and McIntyre, of course.
Could go back to them.
And I think
they could just get a rematch and it'll go back to them, I'm sure, actually.
And if they want him to wrestle, they can, I guess, do Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush, but right now he's just the hype man manager.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they just gave it back to Ziggler and McIntyre. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing Gable and what's his stupid name? Bobby Roode get it.
Roode.
I wouldn't mind seeing that being a possibility. One thing that kind of gets me is, as much as I want the Revival to win the belts, I also don't want them to win them right now because they've had too many title opportunities that they've lost as of late.
Very true.
So keep them away from a little bit longer, and then restart it. It's Slater and Rhino. No. They're clearly never gonna. They're probably not. We're not gonna see them on Raw again unless they're facing AOP. Sunil and Samir. Nah.
No, they're not wrestlers though. Like they haven't wrestled since like the first episode of 205 Live. They may have done like a couple things in NXT and then they were put with Jinder, but that was about it.
Yeah, I mean,
no, Noah. He says
what?
Put 3MB back together. No, Drew McIntyre is too money to waste him like that again.
Hey, he's too over.
No, he's just fucking great.
Good. Yeah, he's too good.
Like he needs to be Universal Champion. Like he ticks every Vince McMahon box. Good on the mic, and his accent doesn't hinder him. Tall, strong, muscular. I guess you could say good-looking-ish.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Vince looks like. I mean, look at Roman. Tall, muscular, decent talker, decent to good talker, good looking, strong. McIntyre ticks every Roman Reigns box. He just doesn't have. Here's the difference between Roman Reigns and McIntyre. McIntyre is not a multi-generational. Other than that, but I mean, what does that matter? Austin was not multi-generational. Hogan was not multi-generational. Cena was not multi-generational. So,
I think with the Hogan thing, I don't think that's a fair comparison to everyone. That's pure 50% media creation. He was just
very true.
That's an entire different entity right there.
Right.
Chris Midget with the $2. Do you want to see Eva Marie return to Evolution? God, no. I don't care.
And I don't think they want her to.
I don't think. Honestly, I think if you went to Vince and said, "Hey, are you excited for Evolution?" He's gonna say, "SmackDown 1000 was last week, idiot."
I doubt he's even gonna be there.
He has to. He has to be there. There's
Why?
no way.
He wasn't even at Raw this week.
Super makes a good point. Big Cass was tall, good talker, got released. Wasn't a good wrestler.
No.
Trust me, when you're in a tag team with Enzo Amore, you could put a broomstick with him. The broomstick would look like Ricochet in the ring.
And I don't even know if I can call Cass a good talker. He was
all right,
passable at best most times. Yeah. It was Enzo that made him seem like a good talker because Enzo was a great talker and Cass would do his 3 lines.
Yeah, literally.
Well, he didn't even tick the talker box, to be honest.
I think he carried some promos on his own on the main roster, which weren't terrible.
Yeah, but he wasn't. I don't see Cass have been a guy where he could have gone out there and do I'm gonna open Raw with a 15-minute promo. McIntyre, I can see it because McIntyre knows how to get the lines over that's scripted, show the right kind of emotion when needed. I mean, he just ticks all the boxes. We saw it in NXT. We saw it when he was champion in Impact, and we've seen it with the little they let him talk here on the main roster.
Roberto says, so were the New Age Outlaws. I think the thing about the New Age Outlaws that was so appealing was to kids that were like 10 to like 19.
Wait, what about the New Age Outlaws? Like they tick all the boxes?
That they were good talkers.
Yeah, but you got to tick all the boxes, and trust me, Billy Gunn almost ticked all the boxes. Road Dogg, who wasn't tall or muscular.
Roman could cut the face promo of the year.
And then throw the word bitch in every so often. And
yeah,
the crowd
trust me, if you throw in the word bitch into any promo, people are gonna love it.
I mean, look at
the
Becky.
Crowd pops for. Hold on, what is this? Chris McDuff says Mike Tenay for 205 Live GM.
What? There's a rumor.
Who?
Mike Tenay, the old WCW and TNA announcer.
Okay, I got you.
There's a rumor that WWE may not want. I'll just say right now, there's a rumor.
Rumor. Hold on.
Hey,
rumor.
There's a rumor that WWE may not want Maverick to be both general manager and AOP's manager. And
makes sense.
I guess the name Mike Tenay came up for taking over for 205 Live. I don't know if he would do it. I don't know how strong that rumor is because I only seen it on the rumor sites, not the actual news sites.
Who would you like to see become GM?
Of 205 Live?
Mm-hmm.
Is it got to be anybody, or is it somebody in WWE now?
Whoever you think would be a great fit.
Corny.
Cornette?
Yes, sir.
Why?
I don't know, because he's a good authority figure. Did you ever see his stuff when he was an authority figure in TNA?
I don't think he would do it. He wouldn't want to travel.
He's only got to show up on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I get it.
That's the thing. Like with Paige, she only has to come to work on Tuesdays. You're a general manager. You don't got to go to the house shows.
Guess that's true, huh?
Ooh, Sergio says Dean Malenko. But Dean Malenko was never the strongest of talkers. And that's that's the thing with Drake Maverick. He's a great talker, so if he
Hurricane. Hurricane did not have the body, kind of had the wrestling skills, but God, did he have the mic?
He was
Funaki-san.
Entertainment.
Funaki-san.
He was entertaining as heck.
Jason Jordan. Nah, Jason Jordan can't talk.
No.
Dude looks like
he's going to be a producer backstage.
Jason Jordan cuts promos the same way I did middle school class presentations. Chris McDonald wants Hornswoggle. I mean, kind of funny.
He finally found somebody near his size to wrestle, though.
Ooh.
Marco Stunt.
I hate Stunt.
Huh?
Juventud Guerrera.
No.
God, no.
Now people are just throwing out names to throw out names.
I love Juventud, though. I really, really like Juventud. Psychosis!
Freaking Juventud Psychosis is super crazy, and the Mexicools.
Steve Carino.
Nah. What is he just gonna yell super kick all the time like he did in freaking?
It'd be interesting if Bischoff did it.
He ain't gonna do it.
He wouldn't, but I think it'd be cool if he did. I wouldn't mind it. I think it'd be funny.
I think if Bischoff were to come back, he'd have to be like Raw or SmackDown.
Ooh, ooh, man, I'd really, really like it to be SmackDown. God, Eric Bischoff just had this like douchebag tone to him that I loved.
I know, love it.
Real quick, before we go on to our Evolution,
well, I had one thing before that.
All right, I guess I'll just go fuck myself. So.
Oh, okay. So, if you haven't heard, 2 weeks ago, Will Ospreay got hurt.
That's right.
He was wrestling for Rev Pro against, I can't remember exactly who it was. Like, I'm going to feel stupid as soon as I find the name. But he was wrestling a match in Rev Pro and for a Pele kick. And when he did, he, I guess, missed the kick and landed right on his ribs. Ouch. They went straight to the finish of the match. He went to the back. They threw him in an ambulance, and he went to the hospital. Will Ospreay has not worked since, and it was thought that, okay, he's going to be all good to go by the November 3rd New Japan show where he's going to challenge for the Never Openweight Championship. But New Japan released the following statement stating, "It is with a heavy heart that we must announce that Will Ospreay will miss the event in Osaka on November 3rd. As such, the Never Openweight Championship match has been canceled." So it looks like the injury to Will Ospreay is worse than initially expected, and Will Ospreay will not be working the November 3rd show for New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I always want to wish Will Ospreay a speedy recovery. If you follow him on Instagram, you've probably seen some of the posts in his Insta story where he's saying that this is probably the hardest time in his career, having to sit at home, not feeling good, and not able to really do much because he's got to heal up. And it's just hard for him to be, I guess you could say, hard for him to be still and sit and not be able to just doing something. So
poor guy. Best of luck to you, Will.
But at the same time, it may be for the best because he's been going a million miles a minute forever.
He really has.
And he did need to take some time off eventually, or at least like a month here and there. But no, if he's not working New Japan, he finds somewhere else to go.
Exactly. So, before we talk about Evolution predictions, I do want to mention we do have, for those that don't know, we have a Pro Wrestling Tee store.
We do.
And what better thing to dress up as on Halloween than your favorite PW host? Me. Only me. Just me. Not Tim. Just me. Dress up as me. ProWrestlingTees.com/PWUnlimited. Go get a shirt, guys. Let's go into predictions for WWE Evolution. As Tim gets the image up, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Evolution and just how god-awful the promotion for this has been. Yes, they do have some legends in a battle royal. Go fuck myself. They also have some pretty decent ideal matches and some matches that I can honestly say that I wouldn't bat an eye at. It's one of these pay-per-views where I can say that I'm not too interested just because of the promotion. I got really invested into that Australian pay-per-view because they promoted the hell out of it. But I wasn't really into the promotion for this because it's just a couple of things. If you take a look at the screen right now, you're going to see probably one of the biggest marquee matches. Becky and Charlotte, Ronda and Nikki, and Sane and Baszler.
Right.
The card is lackluster. The build-up has been mediocre.
At best.
Everything has just felt rushed and overlooked by a certain Saudi Arabian chance.
Not to cut you off, you say rushed. This show was announced over 2 months ago when Stephanie made that big announcement on Raw.
Good Lord, yeah, you're right, huh?
Yeah. And then they go, oh crap, we've got 3 weeks. Let's promote this thing.
So let's, as we come to the final leg of the show, let's give our predictions.
All right.
Do you have graphics for each match, or is it just the one graphic?
No, I do not.
Okay. Is that a thing you want to...
Huh?
I can ask you. I was going to say, is that a thing you want to do in post, or just straight up?
No. We're good.
Okay, cool.
So, as far as the matches, we do know so far 7 matches.
7.
One more could be added because they have not stated if... Well, I mean, they did initially state that the NXT UK Women's Championship will be on the line. But here's the issue with that. If that title is to be defended at Evolution, people are going to be mad because it's going to spoil upcoming episodes of NXT UK since the champion has not yet been crowned on the show as far as what's aired. So they're in a slippery kind of thing there.
I think they've also spoiled it on their Instagram, posting a picture of her holding the belt.
Oh, they've spoiled it at NXT house shows where she comes out with the belt.
Well, no, like, house shows you're supposed to believe that,
saying.
Like, they publicly admitted it.
So, Chris McNutt with the $5 super chat donation.
5. I got 5 on it. I have a problem. I don't know why and how, but why is Michael Cole announcing WWE Evolution for an all-women's pay-per-view? Because Michael Cole is the voice that you want to have when you hear, and Ronda Rousey defeats Nikki Bella in the main event of the first ever all-women's pay-per-view.
Here's why.
That's why.
No offense, but do you really want to hear Beth and Renee by themselves? You need that veteran voice that knows how to deal with the people in his ear. And, what if something happens that is unexpected and not supposed to happen? Michael Cole's got that experience to know, all right, this is what needs to happen. This is what needs to be said. So it just seems fluid. If you've just got Renee and Beth out there and something gets botched or somebody gets hurt or something happens that's not in the plans, they might, and then they got people screaming in their ears and then they get even more flustered. So you need somebody like a Michael Cole to help just make things, I don't know, people are probably going to say that I'm wrong here, but keep things smoothed out.
Yeah, you need the veteran for the grounding.
I
got a quick question.
Sure.
For super chat donations, can you have like how on like Twitch when people donate you can do the emotes because it's through Streamlabs?
Yes, I can.
Can you make the song? I got 5 on it.
I mean, I can, but what if they don't donate 5?
You guys can only donate $5 now. New rule. I'm kidding. Let's talk predictions. Let's do it.
So first off,
I got 5 on
a battle royal to, I guess you could say, crown a number 1 contender.
It's a number 1.
You want me to name off everybody in this battle royal or no?
Highlight big names.
Huh?
Like the legend. Highlight like the legend names.
All right. I only had a couple of them written down. Let me go to it.
Thanks, Matt Cola. I fucking love your show.
Hey, I fucking love you.
Thanks, Matt, dude. Appreciate it, brother.
All right, so we've got this women's battle royal. In the battle royal, we've got names like Asuka, Carmella, Nia Jax, Ember Moon, Naomi, Kelly, Ivory, who was 50-something years old and hasn't wrestled since 2006. Tori Wilson, Alundra Blaze, Maria Kanellis, Michelle McCool, and Molly Holly, among others.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and
I can tell you, not to cut you off, but just in case you want to say one of these names, I can tell you who's not going to win.
go ahead.
Naomi and Asuka, because they've already won big women's battle royals this year.
I'm gonna take Lana winning it.
What?
Yep. Actually, no, Vega.
Zelina Vega, really?
I'm booking this in what I want to happen. Vega.
I think it's going to go Nia Jax.
What about Ember?
No.
No?
She looked too strong on Monday.
I got 5 on it.
I think she looked too strong on Monday, and when they make someone look strong on the go-home show, it means they ain't winning.
All right,
They think people haven't figured out their logic, but we all have.
I'm taking Zelina.
Go for it. All right, so with that going forward, we do have the 6-woman tag team match. Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya taking on the Riot Squad.
I mean, it's going to be Sasha and Bayley's team.
You think?
Yeah, it has to be. Big thing like that. Because could you imagine how great it would be to have your biggest women faces hugging in the ring, something like that?
True. And here's my other thing I wanted to ask you. You think they do this 6-woman? Say that 6-woman opens the show.
Yeah, sure. The 6-woman opens the show. I'm saying it.
And then they do like the Mae Young Classic finals and then the Battle Royal. You think they can throw any of them 6 women in that Battle Royal?
I'm sure they could, and I'm sure they will.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna go the Sasha Natalya Bayley as well. And talking about it, now if you haven't watched tonight's Mae Young Classic, it's already aired, so I don't care about giving spoilers. The finals are Toni Storm and Io Shirai.
Io Shirai. Is it Io or Io?
Io.
Io.
Who you got?
Tony.
Yeah.
Tony.
It's unfortunate though, because this finals were supposed to be Toni Storm and Tegan Nox.
I love Tegan Nox.
Actually, no. It would have been. Yeah. It would have been just Toni Storm would have beat Io Shirai instead of Io beating Rhea Ripley. So yeah, it would have been Toni Storm and Toni Storm and Tegan Nox in the finals. Some were pushing for Tegan Nox to win because it would have been the big comeback story. She tears her ACL right before the first Mae Young Classic, and then she gets the redemption going through and winning the second Mae Young Classic. So if they do another Mae Young Classic next year, I can see Tegan Nox winning it all. Yeah. But this year, Toni Storm, and then I think Toni Storm shows up in NXT UK and says, I won the Mae Young Classic. Rhea Ripley, I want your title.
There you go.
Don't even need to do a no more contender match because I just won. Challenge Rhea Ripley.
There you go.
Next up, with the NXT Women's Championship on the line, Kairi Sane against Shayna Baszler.
Gotta go with Kairi.
I'm going Kairi, and then Shayna gets called up soon.
Yeah, she kind of has to, just based off age.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking too. She's what, 37, 38?
Yeah, she's kind of up there, man.
Even though she looks like she's like 31, 30.
Yeah, she's in great shape.
And she looks almost 10 years younger than she is.
Kick my ass by looking at me.
So next up, we do have the returning legends, Trish Stratus and Lita, supposedly, hopefully, taking on the team of Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Alexa Bliss does still have or as of today, she hadn't been cleared from her concussion that she suffered last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So if she does not get cleared, she will be replaced by Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox. How do you know that for a fact?
Why else would they have put Alicia Fox in the segment on Monday? Just to say, hey, Alicia's here. There's a reason now because Alicia got involved on Monday.
Got ya.
I mean, it's very obvious. It's going to be Alicia. Plus, who else would they have put? Alicia's been paired up with Mickie and Alexa in the past anyways.
Very true.
But I think I'm going to have to go Trish and Lita.
Trish and Lita.
Now, here's one that I'm a little on the fence about. Becky versus Charlotte with the SmackDown Live Women's Championship on the line in a last woman standing match?
Becky all day.
Really? I don't know
yeah.
why. I have a feeling they're going Charlotte.
No. It's gonna be Becky. I promise. Guarantee you.
I don't know why, but I just have this feeling that in the end, the queen.
It doesn't even matter.
The queen in the end is gonna reign supreme. Because she's the baby face that keeps getting beat down by the heel, and the WWE loves that at the end the baby face finally stands tall.
It's going to be Becky.
I'm gonna.
Were you a Linkin Park fan growing up?
I listened to them.
In the end, doesn't even matter. Stuck in my head now.
I mean, I went to school with the lead singer's niece.
It's a weird fact, but all right.
I think he was the lead singer. Yeah, he was the lead singer. Anyways,
Chester Benningfield.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of a different band, not Linkin Park. I'm thinking Papa Roach.
Good band.
Anyways, I'm going Charlotte because I think in the end with WWE, babyface stands tall. Which
I gotta go with. Personally, I gotta go with. Becky. I think she's gonna.
Becky.
Yeah.
And which leads us to the main event. Well, yeah, I could say this is the main event. Ronda Rousey defending the championship against Nikki Bella with Brie Bella in Nikki's corner. Unfair advantage, of course. It's the Bellas.
Ronda's going to overcome the odds of a 2-on-1 situation to stand up for all young women over the world. Women, young and old, standing up. It's going to be fucking horse shit, but she's going to win.
And it's going to be Ronda selling for 75% of the match, maybe even more than that. And then she's going to Hulk up, hit some big moves, put on that arm bar, and be victorious. Yes, I said it. Ronda's going to sell for Nikki Bella for most of the match because that's how all of her matches have been.
Yeah, she's really going to sell, Chief. She is.
And they're using mainstream media to hype this up. They're all going to be on the Today Show tomorrow. Friday night, the Bellas are going to be on the Tonight Show. And they're not going on there as WWE superstars. They're going on there as E! Network's Total Divas stars. Or no, stars of E! Network's Total Divas. Not WWE superstars.
It sucks, kind of. But, it's just...
But yeah, Ronda's going to come out victorious for sure. Again, like I said with Charlotte, the babyface stands tall because this isn't going to be a long, drawn-out feud with Ronda and the Bellas.
Oh, yeah. No, it's going to be real quick to get it all established, and then, bam, you're good to go.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our Evolution predictions. That was the PWUnlimited podcast. I've been Nick. You can follow me on Twitter at PWU_Armstrong if you don't already. If you follow me, I'll show you love forever. I'll love you forever, personally. Follow us on Twitter if you don't already at PWUnlimited, Facebook/ProWrestlingUltD. Check out ProWrestlingUnlimited.net. Whole bunch of other fun things over there. Nicholas has been working his Canadian ass off on that website. And
his what? Nicholas, I thought that wasn't real.
He's the only real Canadian.
Oh, okay.
What
about Jimmy Van?
Who? Who's that?
Jimmy Van.
Who? I've never heard of him.
The List from The List and Your Boy.
I don't know who The List is, but I know who your boy is. Your boy is Sean Ross Sapp. And he's over at Fightful. Fightful.com, or if you head over to Twitter at Fightful Online, check your boys out.
Also, if you're an MMA fan, they've launched a new Fightful MMA and Boxing YouTube channel. Go check that out as well. They're going to post a lot of MMA stuff on there, more than they have been, because they were struggling with, our main focus, is wrestling. We have a lot of MMA fans. Do we flood the YouTube with MMA because more people come to the YouTube for wrestling? So they said, screw it. Let's do a separate YouTube for the MMA stuff. So if you want to see good MMA news and interviews, they get a lot of MMA interviews.
Oh, yeah.
Go check out their Fightful MMA and Boxing YouTube channel as well.
Absolutely. Check our fine friends out. Thank you, guys. Oh, Tim, where can they find you?
At Timmy Buddy. That's my name.
Folks, thanks so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Or no. We'll see you Friday for the Fightful Wrestling Weekly, Sunday after Evolution for the recap, and then Monday again. Do this all over again, baby. I love it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys later.